Right, I haven't done a Premier League predictions video, and I've sort of only just realised that. Um, I'm feeling a bit shit. I'm looking a bit shit, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna be very quick. We're gonna do the bottom three and the top six because I don't care about the rest. Because the football started again, so I've done it a bit late. We're gonna ignore it, right? Okay, let's go for the bottom three. I've got Luton in last, simply because they've just signed Ross Barkley and he's terrible. Trust me, I know. Coming from a Chelsea fan, my hair's looking fucked up. Oh my god. They're awful, aren't they? I wouldn't. I can foresee them breaking Derby's point record. I really can. The lowest point record, that is. We've got Sheffield United in 19th because they're pretty bad as well. They've sold their two best players. Especially the one that really surprises me is Sander Berge to Burnley. What are the teams that got promoted with you? What are you doing? And they've signed basically no one. So they might come below Luton. It's hard to tell, but I'm pretty confident. I mean, both of them are going down, aren't they, really? And then 18th, I've got a bit of a surprising one. I'm going to go Wolves. You would call me mental halfway through last season to say Wolves would go down, but I mean, Neves is gone. They still don't have a striker really, unless Kaladzic, after a massive injury, comes in and bangs it, which I don't think so. They've just lost Lopetegui, which was their only saving grace for me. They've hired Gary O'Neill, who's okay, but they hired him about 3 days before the season started. He's had no pre-season. They've barely signed anyone. Good luck. Anyway, sixth place. Actually, special shout out to Tottenham, who I think will come ninth. Because they've just sold their best player a day before the season starts. They've had no time to replace him. And they're awful. They've signed a young centre-back, probably to go next to Romero, but also both their fullbacks are terrible, their midfield's terrible, their attack is now terrible. Just no. Okay, let's go quick. We're going sixth place. Man United. Cough. I think it will be very close between the top six. Other than first, I think first will run away with it. I think between the top six, it'll be very close. Literally like 9 points between sixth and second. And I think Man United will bottle near the end. Højlund isn't great for 75 million. And he can't even play 2 games a week, which means maybe they need to buy another striker. Like, it's just not on. I think United will come sixth. Very close again. Fifth place, one singular point ahead of them. I put Liverpool because they've sold everyone in their midfield and bought McAllister, bought Szoboszlai, and this desperately changes if they do end up with Caicedo. If they end up with Caicedo, I think they shoot up to like second. But it's not looking like they will at this point. It's been a mental couple of days, but it's not looking like they will. Fifth place, their midfield, their defensive options are terrible. Van Dijk's past it. Alexander-Arnold could never defend. Fifth, come on. Okay, fourth place, I'm going to go with Chelsea. I think Chelsea sneak into fourth, Champions League place, especially with Caicedo. Lavia might come in. We look good. We do look good. But so does everyone else. So I think fourth. I think we've had a good transfer window. Could get even better. But fourth, come on now. Third place, I'm going Newcastle. Not at all changed by the fact that they've just smashed Aston Villa 5-1. No, I don't know what you're talking about. I did have Chelsea third, and I saw that game, and Newcastle are now third. I've swapped them around because, Jesus, they look good. Tonali, Harvey Barnes, but Isaac looked clinical. They look good. Champions League football might fuck them up, but they look good. I think fair enough to put them third. Second place, Arsenal. They're not going to win the league. They're just not. Do you want to know why? Because Gabriel Jesus is injured again. He will get another injury halfway through the season. We all know it. And Nketiah is okay, but not good enough. And then the other option to put as striker is Havertz. I'm a Chelsea fan. Havertz doesn't work at striker. We know this. We know this. Don't do it, Arteta. Don't put him at striker. If they put him at striker, they won't win the league. It's possible they do if they keep Jesus fit, but other than that, City. City win the league. They've lost a couple of good players, but it's City, man. They always win the league. They won't get a treble again. I think the Premier League is the only thing they'll win this year. And then I think Haaland will leave at the end of this season, and then City will start dropping off a little bit because most of their team's aging. I think Guardiola might leave, and I think when Haaland leaves at the end of this season, they will have got too used to playing for a striker, and they won't be able to settle back into how they used to be before Haaland. So I think they'll drop off, but for this season, it's got to be City, man. They're gonna win the league. They always do. Top scorer, Haaland. Harry Kane had a shout, but then he left the league, so it's gonna be Haaland. Most assists. If Nkunku wasn't injured, I actually would have said him, but he's missing half the season, so De Bruyne, even though he's injured as well, but I mean he's just better. He's just good enough, so De Bruyne. First manager to get sacked, I go for... I think Luton will keep their manager even if they go back down. Gary O'Neill, I think. Wolves will cut their losses by January, and he'll be the first to go, I reckon. And then, what's the other one? Player of the season. Overall, I think... probably Haaland, let's be honest. I'll say Chelsea's player of the season because I'm a Chelsea fan. If he doesn't get injured, Reece James. If he does get injured, I go... I see Nkunku, I would say, but he's injured. So let's go for... I think Mudryk, actually. I think Mudryk will be good this year. Let's go for him. See ya.